For the pattern, I'm chaining a number of stitches that is a multiple of 8 plus 2 stitches. I have chained 34 stitches and now I'm moving on to crocheting the first row. This pattern, despite its apparent complexity, consists of only 2 rows. The first row is worked from right to left and is made up of many small, short segments. The second row is worked from left to right and also consists of many small, short segments. I don't divide these segments into separate rows. I will explain it this way: the first row in segments and the second row also in segments. I think this is more convenient. So, the first row, the first segment, chain 1 for turning. I insert the hook into the second chain from the hook, in the back loop only, and make a slip stitch. 1. Into the next stitch. 2. Into the next stitch. 3. 4. 5. 6. In the first segment, I make 6 regular slip stitches. And then the pattern repeat begins, the repeat for the first row. This is the part that is repeated over and over. So, the pattern repeat: chain 1 for turning, turn, 4 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first segment of the repeat is done. It has 4 yarn over slip stitches. Chain 1 for turning, turn. The next segment is 6 regular slip stitches. As always, I start in the second stitch from the hook, in the back loop only, for 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. Next, there's a step, so I insert the hook into the turning bar, and into the row below, through the back loop only. This will be a join, and it's also the 5th slip stitch, and into the next stitch, 6. And another segment of the repeat is done. Chain 1 for turning, turn, and again work 4 yarn over slip stitches. I start, as always, in the second stitch from the hook for 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 for turning, turn. The last segment in the repeat is 10 regular slip stitches. Work the first 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will reach another step. Again, I insert the hook into the bar and into the row below. That's 5. Then continue with 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 regular slip stitches. And look, the first element is formed, the first little shell. With that, the repeat is complete. Now we repeat this pattern over and over to the end of the row. The sequence is 4, 6, 4, 10. Again, 4, 6, 4, 10. Continue this until we reach this point. I will crochet this entire row and we'll meet there, where I'll show you how to finish the row. So I've reached the end of the row and there's one last segment left. According to the repeat, there would be 10 slip stitches here, but 10 won't fit. Only 6 will fit, so I'm making 6 slip stitches. I start in the second stitch from the hook, in the back loop only. Everything is as usual. I reach the step, so I make the join. I insert the hook into the sidebar, into the row below through the back loop, and work the 6th stitch into the last loop. And with that, the first row is finished. This is what it looks like. And now the second row will begin. The second row, if you look at the sample, here it is. In fact, the numerical sequences in it are exactly the same as in the first. The only thing we change here is, where we made yarn over slip stitches, we will make regular slip stitches. And where we made regular slip stitches, we will make yarn over slip stitches. And one small clarification. The first and second rows, as you can see, are worked in a checkerboard pattern relative to each other. That is, the first row starts with a full diamond shape, and all the diamonds here are full. The second row, however, starts with half a diamond, then there are full diamonds, and it also ends with half a diamond. If you notice, the diamonds of the second row are in a checkerboard pattern relative to the diamonds of the first row. So that's what we're going to do. We will start the second row with half a diamond. So, the beginning of the second row. Chain 1 for turning. Turn, yarn over, insert the hook into the second stitch from the hook in the back loop only, and work 2 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2. The first segment is done. Chain 1 for turning, turn, and into the second stitch from the hook, insert the hook and work 2 regular slip stitches. Chain 1 for turning, turn, and now work 4 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2. Here I come to a step and I insert the hook under 2 strands like this, because this join will be on the right side. Yarn over, insert the hook into the row below through the back loop only for the 3rd and 4th stitches. Chain 1 for turning, and turn. Work 4 regular slip stitches in the back loop only. Chain 1 for turning, turn, and work 10 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another step, so again I insert the hook into the bar under 2 strands, yarn over, and into the row below. Work stitches 5 and 6. Another step, again I insert the hook under 2 strands. Work stitches 7 and 8. Another step, and again I insert the hook under 2 strands, yarn over, work stitches 9 and 10. Chain 1 for turning, turn, and this is where the repeat for the second row begins. The repeat is the part that we will be repeating. All the numerical sequences in the second row repeat are identical to the numerical sequences in the first row repeat. But as I've already said, we are swapping where we made the yarn over stitches and where we made the regular stitches. So, the second row repeat, 4 regular slip stitches. I start, as always, in the second stitch from the hook, in the back loop only. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next segment, chain 1 for turning, turn, 6 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. A step, make the join for stitches 5 and 6. Chain 1 for turning, turn, 4 regular slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 for turning, turn, 10 yarn over slip stitches. I start, as always, from the second stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another step, so I make a join for stitches 5 and 6. Another step, I make a join again for stitches 7 and 8. And another step, I make a join again for stitches 9 and 10. I make a chain 1 and turn. And with that, the repeat for the second row is complete. The sequence is 4, 6, 4, 10. Again, 4, 6, 4, 10. And we repeat this to the end of the row until we hit this point. We'll meet here. I will show you how to finish the row because the second row ends with half a diamond, and I will show you how the repeat is modified here to get this kind of finish. I've worked another full repeat and have come exactly to this point at the end of the row, and now I need to make this finishing element in the second row. I've made a chain 1, turned, and now I'm crocheting. I start, as always, in the second stitch from the hook and work 4 regular slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1, turn. Now 4 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1, turn, 2 regular slip stitches. Chain 1, turn, 2 yarn over slip stitches. Let me chain 1 and turn again for convenience. And with that, the second row is done. That is, we've gone from the left edge to the right edge. Next, to continue crocheting this fabric, we go back to the first row, rewind the video to the beginning, and crochet, repeating from the first to the second row to the desired height. There's just one clarification here. In the first row, we worked along the smooth starting chain, and in the first row, there weren't that many steps that we encountered. In every subsequent odd-numbered row, there will simply be more steps, but this shouldn't confuse you or throw you off, because the rule in this design is, see a step, make a join. See a step, make a join. That's why I don't even mark the joining stitches with any special symbols or notations in the charts or descriptions, because it's not important. What's important here is to simply remember this rule. See a step, make a join. And so, how do you finish a project like this? Let's say you're making a blanket, a bedspread, a throw, or a scarf. We just work the last row. Right now, it's uneven, but we want it to be smooth. We simply work a border of slip stitches along the last row. I've made a chain 1 for turning, and I'm working slip stitches in the back loop only. I chained 34 stitches at the very beginning, and accordingly, I will have 34 slip stitches at the very end. And here, as I'm crocheting, I'm following the very same rule. See a step, make a join. And so the edge straightens out. I work like this to the end of the row. The last row is a chain 1 and 34 regular slip stitches in the back loop only. I've finished the row, and look, it has straightened out. This was the first row, and this was the second row. And here is a larger sample. This is what the wrong side of this pattern looks like. The wrong side here is not very pretty. I like the right side much more. You probably need to look at this pattern vertically. You see, it then forms these interwoven knit look cables, which imitate knitting. If you want the wrong side to be the same as the right side, for the pattern to be reversible, then you make all the stitches in all the rows and in all the segments as yarn overslip stitches. If you want the pattern to be one-sided like mine, then stick to what I've explained in this video. One segment we do with regular stitches, the other segment we do with yarn over stitches. That's all for me. If anything is unclear, ask questions in the comments. Thanks for your attention. Bye-bye.